it's on every golfer's bucket list to come here and play the old course. And when my dad, who turned 80 last year, said, I need to be doing this soon because I won't be able to check it off my bucket list if I wait too much longer, I was grateful that he presented that opportunity. Very excited about finally playing it. And now I want it to be more than a bucket list and something I get to do again.
Probably the greatest meaning, you walk across the bridge and you realize all the greatest golfers in the world have walked over that bridge, and you're walking that same path, and that just gives you chills.
Talking about their shots, where they hit the ball, and as we played, where our ball was, I think that just adds to all the enjoyment of playing it.
Number one, the people in Scotland are so just welcoming and just friendly, and that just makes the experience that much, better. But we've been able to play all these great courses, and everyone here is just so welcoming. I think that people probably don't realize that, but when you come here, that's such a great feeling. You feel like you belong with them, and it's just been a wonderful experience just to share this with family and friends. And I have a son, and I'd love to come back and play it with him. That's definitely something that we will try to work on here before I get too old.
The business came about 45 years ago or longer. I came up with this idea that I would look after golfers when they were here, and I always had this feeling that they could be looked after a little bit better and steered in the right direction. The product here is so strong, not just on the golf courses, the St Andrews links, the surrounding golf courses as well, but the infrastructure of St Andrews with the restaurants and the bars and all that it has to offer.
If you look at the makeup of the town, there are two driving factors that give it its heartbeat year round, and the first and foremost being the golf courses, because that not only supports visitor and visitor revenue, but it's a lifestyle for the locals as well. And you've also got the university, which is the third oldest in the country. Without the golf course and without the university, St Andrews would look very different. St Andrews has this remarkably unique ecosystem where it's comparable to the finest resorts in the world, which are all under one umbrella, whereas St Andrews, it's all local businesses, and without that ecosystem of local businesses, we couldn't do our job to the standard that we do. I think the Scottish people, I think the magic of the Highlands, the quality of golf in the West, the quaintness of the East Lothian buzz of Edinburgh City, there is so much that Scotland has to offer, and Scotland just sort of takes over them, and they really feel at home and comfortable here.
In my mind, if you can spend your life working, doing something you enjoy doing, and giving a lot back to the game that we love, then it doesn't get much better, really.
For myself as a general manager, 7 years here, St Andrews we sell as an experience, because it's not just the golf, remember, it's the experience that's what makes St Andrews so special. The locals in St Andrews love to interact with the golfers. They understand the importance of the economy that's required to drive St Andrews. We're very privileged to be able to employ local staff within the St Andrews area. On peak during the summer, we employ up to 180 people.
It's a very welcoming town. I've lived here locally all my life, but I've worked in St Andrews in hotels the last 5 years. And as soon as I started here, I kind of knew I would always want to be based in St Andrews. The partnerships we have with the golf tour operators, local businesses, they're like friends. It just makes work feel really easy. Golf tourism is a vital economic driver in St Andrews, but also across many other regions in Scotland. We see golfers doing the trip from St Andrews up to the Highlands quite often now. So the benefit extends far beyond the golf courses and hotels and the accommodation providers, the caddies, the transportation companies, shops, bars and restaurants. It is definitely a wider benefit that it's having to the full Scottish economy.